So let's talk about what we're going to do. I'm going to lay out 6 different reform ideas today. 4 of them this administration will do without requiring any statutory changes or any action by the legislature. 2 of them will require action by the legislature. So let's start off with the things I can do without the legislature, which is my favorite thing. First, we need to enhance school districts' capabilities to measure student learning in the classroom. We cannot know whether we're succeeding or failing if we don't know whether our children are succeeding or failing. And so the current data systems that we have just aren't capable of linking student achievement and teacher and principal performance. And that's the underpinning of what we have to achieve. So first, we have to do a much better job at that. So I will make sure that there will be $10 million in my budgets over the next 2 years to enhance New Jersey's educational data system, which is called NJ Smart. We'll do those funds in 2012 budget, next year's budget, and 2013. And we will make sure that it gets funded. I will fight to make sure it gets funded so we can finally see for sure how our children are doing so we can take the logical next step. Secondly, we have to elevate the importance of teacher evaluations by making student learning the primary component of the assessment of a teacher's effectiveness, and by using those evaluations for all key personnel decisions that we make in our public school system. So what do I mean? We are going to sign, and I did sign backstage before I came out, an executive order which sets up the task force on teacher effectiveness. I will appoint 9 experts in the field of public education, and I want them to deliver to me a fair and thorough and data-driven teacher evaluation system in the next 6 months. There is no preconceived result that I want here, except for this. Come to me with a system that you can guarantee me will be able to evaluate teachers in a fair and thorough way. So we will appoint these experts in the next week or 10 days in consultation with the Acting Commissioner of Education so that by March of next year, they can deliver to me an evaluation system that can work for teachers. These evaluations should be based largely, more than 50%, on student achievement. And they should be used to inform all of the key personnel decisions we make: licensing, recruiting, tenure, compensation, promotion, professional development, and whether you keep your job or you don't. It should be based on how they perform in the classroom and how their students achieve, not anything else. Third, I want to expand the pool of high-quality principals. We all know that teachers are not the only people who make a school work. You need strong leadership, you need strong, well-trained, well-informed principals to provide the leadership and the discipline necessary to have a good functioning school. For all of you who have had children in school, you know the principal is also a key factor in a well-run, high-achieving school. And so we want to provide alternate route programs for principals to be able to become principals. The regulations now so stymie some of the most talented people to become principals because of all of these requirements that get put in the way that really are nothing but mindless box checking. Let's allow alternate routes so that great principals can have the ability to get there and to help lead schools in a new cutting-edge way. So we're going to provide alternate routes for principals to get into those positions and to provide a new kind of cutting-edge leadership to our schools. Lastly, we want to expand professional opportunities for our most effective teachers. Because in the end, the most effective teachers and the most effective principals deserve to be rewarded and paid for the job that they do. There is really no more important job in our society than preparing our next generation. Now, just because your title is teacher does not mean you deserve the honor and the respect that goes along with what you're supposed to achieve. You must have the title and do the achievement as well. then you get the respect. Under the current system, the union demands that the mere attaining of the title for 3 years means that you deserve to have a job for life, whether you are good or whether you are awful, whether you are great or a raging failure. I would love, in this 9.6% unemployment world, to see where anywhere else you get to keep. We've got great people being laid off because of this economy, and we have lousy teachers that we're paying each and every day. Let's pay the good ones. So the state is going to create new designations of master teacher and master principal, which is going to provide new professional opportunities to highly effective teachers and school leaders. They'll take on additional responsibilities when they achieve this role, a professional development of some of their colleagues, mentoring of some of their newer and younger colleagues, and they'll be eligible for new opportunities, such as a streamlined path towards being a founder of a charter school. If good master teachers and master principals then want to go out and use those things they've learned over the course of time and the ideas they've devised to start a new charter school that uses those functions, we should make it easy for them to get there, because we need more good charter schools, not less. We need more great teachers and great principals leading more great institutions of learning, not less. We should not be afraid of this. We should embrace it. And by the actions we're going to take today, we are going to make that happen in New Jersey. Two reforms that we need assistance from the legislature on, and I'm hopeful, very hopeful, that we're going to get that help. Now, you know, the legislature is controlled by the Democratic Party, and I happen to be a Republican. But this is not a partisan issue. And if you need any further evidence of that, hope some of you yesterday watched the NBC programs that they're entitling Education Nation, and started on Sunday, continued through the last couple of days. On the Today Show yesterday morning at 8 o'clock, it began with a conversation with President Obama in the White House. Now listen, the President and I, there's certain things we don't agree on. I think that's pretty clear. But we agree on this issue. We agree on this issue. As I was sitting listening to the President yesterday, I found myself nodding my head 95% of the time, because he's right about this issue. And unlike any other president we've had before, he has shown the guts to stand up and to say certain things out loud that need to be said out loud. And so I hope that Democrats in New Jersey who control the legislature approach this task with the same kind of nonpartisan feeling. Because this isn't bipartisan even, this is nonpartisan. It doesn't matter which primary you vote in. It doesn't matter whether you have an R or a D next to your name. These things are common sense. So one bill that we will be putting forward to the legislature, which I hope they take very swift action on, is to eliminate and prohibit in New Jersey any contractual provisions that block improvements in teacher quality. What do I mean? What I mean is any provisions in these agreements that allow for any type of compensation based on anything but merit should be gone. In other words, if you have a salary guide or a compensation policy that rewards seniority, that you get paid just because you're there another year and you get paid more and more and more every year you're there, we should pass a law in New Jersey that prohibits seniority being a basis for compensation alone. We should prohibit the use of graduate degree attainment as a basis for salary increase unless that graduate degree attainment is connected to an area like math or science where it can demonstrably improve teacher performance. Otherwise, just getting a master's degree or a master's plus whatever should not be a way for you to boost your salary even higher if you are not showing performance in the classroom. Pay should protect your performance. bill will also grant teachers the ability to have their schools and their school districts have the flexibility to reward excellence in the classroom, to attract high-quality teachers to low-performing schools, to attract high-quality teachers to hard-to-fill positions, and to allow merit pay to be given not to a school. I mean, here's one of the things that drove me crazy about this race to the top stuff. It was suggested to me that it would be acceptable that if you had a great teacher and they merited merit pay in a school because of their great performance in their fourth grade classroom, let's say in a K-6 school, the merit pay would go to the principal at the K-6 school. And that principal would determine how to distribute the money to all the teachers in the K-6 school, so as not to suggest any type of rivalry between teachers in a school. In what other profession in America, in our capitalist system, do we say competition is bad? And when someone competes and achieves, don't pay them, pay everybody. Because I'm sure that maybe a conversation in the lunchroom one day, a pat on the back in the hall, a little word of encouragement in the gymnasium contributed to that teacher's fabulous performance. So as a result, everybody should share in the success of that teacher. You shake your heads and giggle. This was a proposal that we wanted to put in our Race to the Top application. The only race to the top that resulted in was my top blowing off at the stupidity of that suggestion.